on Sunday made a public appearance this time round in Mwingi for a church fundraiser event. The former head of state taking the chance to castigate the government for always blaming him for its failed promises.
Tumetishwa, tumeambiwa sijui nini, kila saa mtu akishindwa njia ya kufanya kitu yake. Sijui serikali iliyopita. Sasa kesho yake mtasema hata watoto wakikataa ama mama akikataa kuzaa, najua uhuru. Sasa mimi sijui, lakini tumezoea tu, tunayasikia inaingia na inapita na tunaendelea. Kama ni namna gani? Tangu ni kuombea amani.
The fourth president also took the time to stress that he is still in azimio, calling on leaders and Kenyans not to allow politics of division.
Lakini nimeshukuru kuona vile viongozi wamekaa pamoja, kwa sababu mimi sifichi kusema ya kwamba pale ambapo mimi nasimamia, mimi najenga watu, mimi ni mwana azimio. Mimi sio mtapeli wa kuruka huku na kuruka huku, sijui ati leo iko hivi, leo iko hivi. Mimi nilitoa msimamo wangu, nitakata msimamo wangu, kwa sababu hivyo ndivyo tulifundishwa na wale wazee ambao walitufundisha siasa. Kuwa mtu ambaye anaweza kutumika leo na kesho, sio mtu wa kuyumbayumba namna hii, ndio sisi hatuko hapa. We are where we are to stay and we are proud of it. And we are hopeful of our
accompanying Uhuru castigated the government for the rising cost of living, saying Kenyans continue to bear the brand of punitive taxes.
Na kazi ya kiongozi sio kujitetea tumbo yake. Kazi ya kiongozi ni kutetea maslahi ya mwananchi wa kawaida. Na pahali ambapo tunakosea ni wakati viongozi wanatetea tumbo zao, wakati viongozi wanatumia vyeo kujitetea wenyewe.
Now, as floods continue to wreak havoc across the country, where the coastal region are heavily affected, counties have been called upon to do more in efforts to combat the raging floods through setting aside more funds for rescue missions and provision of humanitarian aid. This comes as the death toll has risen to 33, up from 19, with over 80,000 households heavily affected by the floods.
As the country continues to experience heavy rainfall, with many parts of the country experiencing floods, the floods have continued to wreak havoc, with the death toll rising to 33 from 19, with over 80,000 households greatly affected by the raging waters. According to a statement from the office of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, different areas continue to receive heavy rainfall. Among the affected most counties include Mombasa, Garissa, Tana River, Makueni, Marsabit, Kilifi, Kwale, Meru, Isiolo, Turkana, Samburu, Homa Bay, among others. According to the Deputy President, the government has deployed choppers on joint rescue mission of marooned families and distribution of humanitarian aids, alongside continued surveillance on various areas across the country. Also, the government is said to repair destroyed infrastructure and improve response, as well as providing security to camps occupied by Kenyans affected by the floods. Gachagua has, however, called upon counties to step up their efforts in ensuring the safety of millions of Kenyans. Part of the mitigation include counties should set aside more funds to complement government efforts, clogging of waterways and drainage systems, those living in low-lying and flood-prone areas to move to safe ground. Kenyans should be high alert and avoid taking risks. Kenyans should heed to advice from the Meteorological Department. Meanwhile, the convoy of Lamu Governor Isa Timami was forced to find alternative route on his way to distribute food aid to those affected by the rains. Timami and the Kenya Red Cross team Al Kahiri Foundation were headed for Lomish village in Lamu County to offer humanitarian support, with Al Kahiri Foundation donating 7.5 tons of food as Tana River County eats the red mark with a large number of victims of El Nino rains, with over 1,000 people displaced.
Bwana Governor kwamba tutaacha boti moja hapa kwa kipindi cha kama wiki hivi ama wiki na nusu, ili iweze kusaidia jamii kuweza kuaccess essential services. My name is Hassan Musa. Today we are at Lookuptv a village with over 268 households. This is a village that is marooned, and the community here cannot access essential services. We were here two days ago, and one of the things that we observed is that they lack essential.
Na county government na pia una shirika la Al-Khair Foundation, sote watatu, county government, Red Cross na Al-Khair Foundation tumecollaborate na beneficiaries ni watu wetu. Kwa hivyo tukishirikiana watu wetu ndio hunufaika. Na nataka pia nishukuru county team ya medical kiongozwa na Dr. Barak, wamefika hapa na wametathmini na pia wametibu, wamekuja na madawa, na pia tumekubaliana kwa kila baada siku.
Lookuptv.
The Kenya National Highway Authority has embarked on a process to mount traffic cameras along the northern corridor in a bid to tame speeding motorists. This comes as thousands of Kenyans continue to lose their lives to road carnage. Motorists have been urged to exercise caution amid raging floods as the festivities draw nearer.
With thousands of Kenyans losing their lives to road carnage, most of which occur along the northern corridor, the Kenya National Highway Authority has proposed to mount cameras along major roads to reduce the number of road accidents by at least 20%. According to National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, 3,000 people have died across this year, with speeding, careless overtaking and drunk driving being identified as major causes. According to Ezekiel Fukwo, the authority has identified all black spots on the country's major roads, and mitigation measures have been put in place to reduce the road carnage.
Globally, the main contributor to accident is overspeeding, and it's out of that the CS of Transport and Roads directed that speed cameras be erected in various high-ranking places along the Nairobi-Nakuru Road, what we call the A8, and various places have been identified in which there is a process of trying to procure those cameras that will ensure that there is enforcement in terms of overspeeding, and we anticipate that with that measure we shall reduce accidents by 15 to 20%. Yes, as I indicated, the procurement process is in place, and we anticipate to do them within this financial year.
However, Naivasha MP Jane Kihara expressed her concern over the quality and standards of driving schools in the country, noting that they should be audited.
I think the driving schools we went to no longer exist, and if they are there, what you were taught, they don't teach anymore. The road signs, you'll see a driver just doing exactly the opposite. The road markings, when there is an
Ivy Wangulu, Lookuptv.
In a bid to boost agricultural output, modern farmers in Thika, Kiambu County are unlocking the potential of small plots of land through a revolutionary approach known as agroecology. As Bridget Agola now tells us about Samuel Nderitu, an expert in sustainable farming method who has transformed a modest piece of land into a thriving agricultural haven. Let's take a look.
In this drum, for 21 days, that's 3 weeks, so the liquid will be very rich in potassium.
As farming remains the backbone of the country's economy, with the government in a race to ensure it prioritizes production, farmers in different parts of the country continue to embrace new agricultural systems that might yield better results.
Crop intensive is one of the many forms of agroecology, and it targets very small holder farmers that maybe owns 1 to 5 acres of land, and farmers that want to increase their production.
Nderitu, a seasoned agriculture specialist, explains that agroecology is a production system that emphasizes the synergy between plants and animals, promotes soil regeneration, and relies on organic fertilizers.
Despite its success, this eco-friendly farming method faces significant challenges, primarily from climate change and other human-induced disruptions, posing a threat to farms like Nderitus.
One of the benefits of going organic is that, of course, climate change will have beaten climate change, because one of the thing that contributes to climate change is agricultural activities, and that is man-made. It is human activities, using lots of chemicals, using machinery that produces a lot of carbon that goes into the atmosphere, and all that. If you are able to lower the carbon emission that goes into the air from agricultural activities, then we'll have done a lot to our environment.
However, the journey towards embracing kilimo asilia is not without hurdles.
Process where you will use a lot of organic matter, pump it into the soil as you reduce chemical fertilizers. For example, if you have 1 acre, a farmer requires 100 kilos of diammonium phosphate, that's DAP. And for that farmer, if they want to stop gradually the use of chemical fertilizers, they'll, in the first season, use 1 bag, that's 50 kilos of DAP, and use like 2 tons of organics.
Emmanuel Atamba, the founder of the Agricultural and Pastoralist Support in Development Organization, echoes Nderitu sentiment.
We know that we have challenges with our food systems, that we have been unable, despite using a lot of resources in the recent past and a lot of conversations and a lot of initiatives, we have been unable to secure a meal for each and every person in the world today. According to FAO, still more than 750 million people globally are affected by food insecurity.
The Thika community serves as a testament to the transformative power of kilimo asilia, showcasing that sustainable farming practices can pave the way for a resilient and environmentally conscious agricultural sector. Bridget Agola, Lookuptv.
Well, that story by Bridget then marks the end of our morning drift news this morning. Well, majority of the stories are going to form the back end of our conversation this morning, and the conversation is essentially around what we've seen happen this weekend, all the way from Friday. Now, the president has been speaking. Notable of the promises the president keeps on making is that from 1st of January 2024, you'll be treated for free in all hospitals in the country. That's the first promise. Number 2, he's also promising that his aim is to export 3,000 to 5,000 Kenyans out of the country in search for proper jobs. We're going to do the math and see where we shall be in 1 year, and also talk about that in relation to the current labor needs in the country. Number 3, he's also said something here, that the cost of fuel will continue to go down. Remember, this is after he made remarks that indeed, when it comes to the cost of fuel, his hands are tied. Even when he speaks about this, he was in Sotik in his backyard this weekend, and one CS particularly who's been mentioned in that saga did not get a proper reception in Sotik. We'll be telling you who that is. Of course, you do know who that is. It is Chilcher. I'll be telling you how it went down. For now, we take a tiny breather. Once we do come back, we shall be welcoming Eric Mungai, and Brian Kiplimo. The two of them were just walking in the studio. I see Eric Wagala in the studio. We're going to settle into that this morning. So part of a conversation at Lookuptv across all your social media platforms. I myself, I am at Kiage Simba. Once we come back, we settle into that conversation. Good morning.
Are you an SME looking for a media partner? Look no more, as Lookuptv got you covered for all your visibility and marketing needs. We at Lookuptv understand your business needs and want to work with you on your marketing journey, giving you solutions that will take you to the next level. Call us today on 0707 572 358 or send an email to sales@lookuptv.co.ke and kickstart this amazing journey. Welcome to Lookup TV, your official SME media partner.
Barwesa is along the Kerio Valley. Along the Kerio Valley, we are currently experiencing a drought. For the last 2 years, we have been having a dismal harvest, and a lot of foundation have seen it fit. This is the second time a lot of foundation is visiting this place within a year. So a lot of foundation has come here, is supporting several households with these gift hampers. We'll ensure that we have members of the public who are here will receive these gift hampers on behalf of Lookuptv Foundation, and they'll take them to their house, and maybe it will assist in mitigating the drought effect that they're having around here.
With the food you produce, it's that gift amp actually will assist a family to run for 2 days.
Leo lote imeingia hapa, tulikuwa nasikianga tiche barbar wapi, lakini leo iko Kabinyasi. Leo iko Kabinyasi. Tumefurahi sana. Wamekuja na chakula ila hatujaona. Tumefurahi sana.
Nasikia ni mzuri sana. Okay. Tumbe mmesiba. Leo.
Asante sana, Mungu abariki nyinyi na kuongeza mingi.
Kongoi.
Salamu ya Mungu.
Ngoja. Asante mama.
Nasema asante sana Lookuptv Foundation.
Looking for an office space? 4th Avenue Towers is a professionally designed 25-story executive office that is conveniently located at the heart of the medical and
The story we're telling today is a story of passion in practice that grows into business.
We have partnered with the Youth Fund, talk to as many youth as possible and work with them, hold their hand.
It is an expose of captains who have decided to take on challenges in different sectors and industries within the country.
My mentors had also not started as CEOs. They grew up and they showed me how they grew in the organizations. So that's what motivated me to actually do international business. And it was a good experience.
As an individual, support in bridging the care gap, part of me also to offer a solution. I want to leave this world a better place than I found it.
This is the Captain's Arena. My name is Simba Kiage.
As the night falls, we come to life to bring you a comprehensive broadcast from the numerous events happening across our 47 counties.
When it breaks, it matters, and each story is important.
If it's Thursday, join me, Nancy Lima, and my able panelists as we break down the low jargon